Let's get nuts.
Let's get nuts, everybody. Hey, what's happening? Woo-wee. Welcome to Wednesday. Let's get the humping, huh? Welcome to Film Junkee Live, everybody. It, of course, is Wednesday, November 20th. Man, I can't believe, Thanksgiving next week. Can't wait to eat all the food. Spend time with family. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Do all that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me change my background. Forgot to do that. Boop, boop. Down. There we go. Changing the background. All right. Background good. Got plenty to talk about. Not as much as Monday. That's for damn sure. And I did miss some things on Monday, guys. I will say I was a little off on Monday. Had terrible sleep. I was fighting something that was trying to attack my face. If you saw me, I was kind of doing that. I swear to God, I don't have, one of those habits. I was getting an itchy nose. I felt a little off on Monday, but I feel better. So we should be good today. Anyways, let's see. We got Donovan breaking Superman trailer set to, I know that just came about right now. I was going to talk about something else when it came to the Superman trailer, but yeah, we got that for sure. What's happening, Ryan? Finally, Brave and the Bold is in development, and Fast 11 is now being filmed. Can't wait. Oh, good old Fast 11. Hello, Miss Lisa. Miss Lisa Jackson, how you doing? Good to see you, darling. We got Fear Jason. What's happening? Good, sir. Mr. Axel Droga, what is happening? Good to see ya. Let's see who else we got. We got Brendan. Let's get nuts. RJ, what's going on, sir? Let's see who else we got. Did I already say Fear Jason? I already did say Fear Jason. What's going on, Gecky TV? I know, can't complain. Like I said, week started off rough, man. It was like one of those starting off weeks where I just couldn't sleep. But then last night I freaking passed out, slept for like just a good 7 hours, man. So I'm feeling pretty good today. I keep on hearing about that. I should probably check it out. Everybody's been talking about it. I've been seeing it all over my feed, so probably should check it out. What's going on, Mr. Eric Patterson? Welcome. Taladia Plays, good to see you. I know you had a good birthday weekend. I already said happy birthday to you last week, but happy birthday, late birthday again, I guess you could say. What's going on, Stephanie T? Rock on, Mr. Hardboiled Eric. Versus Seed. A reason to watch Mufasa? Well, it's going to be online. We'll talk about it. Music Man, let's hope the Superman trailer gets thus new DC hyped. Yeah, DCU hyped. Well, we'll see what happens. What's going on? Gustavo, have you gone to Players Comics? No, I haven't. I think it was you that probably recommended that. And still have not made it out there. Maybe I'll try to do it tomorrow. I don't know, because again, I went to the mall yesterday to pick up. I went to go pick up. My dad's a Dodgers fan, and we always bet every time the Dodgers and Giants play. And since the Dodgers won the World Series, just like vice versa, anytime that the playoffs happen, obviously T-shirts, merchandise happens. So my brother got him a hat. I had to get him a shirt. And I was like, oh, shit, I'm going to see him tomorrow, so I better go get the shirt. So I went to the mall to go find the shirt. And then, of course, went to that comic book place in there. Still nothing when it comes to the absolute DC world. But I'm probably going to have to check out that place. I'll have to figure it out where it's at. Or I might go to this other place that's just right over the hill on my way to the movies tomorrow, because we seeing Gladiator 2 tomorrow at 5:30. Salud, Mr. Trevino. Good to see you. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. The Watcher, I'm hyped for Sergeant Rock. Gunn actually got freaking... let's not get too excited, but it is kind of interesting how that came about today, too. Man, another random character that I really don't know much about when it comes to the DC universe, but again, that's what Gunn likes to do, which I can't appreciate. I also poured a little wine right here. It is Wine Wednesday, so cheers, guys. What's going on, Adam Warlock? Let's see. Yeah, Daniel Craig. Interesting. But yeah, make sure you guys are subscribed. Or like I said, we're going to be some things that I didn't go over on Monday's show. Like I said, I was just off. I was feeling off on Monday. So I didn't have, because there was so much, there was like this whole information dump that happened on Monday when it came to DCU stuff, that I just didn't have it all prepared because, like I said, I just was running on shitty sleep, and like I said, something was trying, when the weather changes, starts getting colder, and all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Usually, the big thing that I did during the summer was always I'd go out on my balcony, get some sun, get some vitamin D. That's what helps. It helps you out, helps fight things and stuff like that. Can't really do that anymore because I used to go out on my balcony, just in my board shorts, just soak up some rays. But now that the sun has shifted and it's freaking cold, so I'm not going to walk out there, in my board shorts when it's 48 degrees in the morning or whatever. So, yeah. So, but I'm feeling all right now. I was worried. I was like, oh, man, am I going to get something? Because, I was feeling that itch in the nose, but hopefully we're good. But, yeah, we'll talk about that. Talk about Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige he recently just talked about X-Men and them showing up in the MCU. And then, of course, when it comes to the box office this weekend, we got, what are they calling it? Glicked? Are we calling it Glicked? Is that the combination? Is that the combination of the two movies that are going to be coming out, Wicked and Gladiator? Gladiated? No, that didn't probably work. Wikiated? I don't know. I guess Glicked actually works the best. I have no desire to see Wicked. Really no desire. So I'm going to see Gladiator, of course. Going with my brother and my dad tomorrow. So brother film junkie, Papa film junkie, and we're gonna go see that tomorrow about 5:30. So that'll be fun. And then of course we're gonna talk about Batman Beyond Year One. That movie finally came out, so that's great. Hey, what's happening? Hey, we got Boba Talks in the chat. What's happening, sir? Good to see you, man. Gifting. What's going on? Good to see you, man. Thank you for doing that. Much appreciated. Always great to, always looking forward to his videos. You just dropped your video when it came to all this stuff. I'm still trying to catch up, even though I did a stream on Monday. My God, just so much information, but really appreciate it, sir. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate it. All right. And then welcome new members. Like I said, we do a members-only stream right after, of course, every Wednesday. So join. You can pick my brain a little bit more. But let's get started. Let's go Let's go get some tweets right there. And again, thank you, Boba. You're awesome. And make sure you guys check out his channel. Subscribe to his channel. He drops excellent videos, great information, and he's got a better voice than me. Better accent, I would say. Anyways, all right. Here we go. Let's start off with a really cool poster right here from Ruiz Burgos. Right here, Ruiz Burgo Arts. He made this poster with the penguin. Oh, okay. I thought Twitter was going to give up on me. But anyways, here we go right here. All right, so we got this poster right here that he created. This is an awesome, excellent poster right there. You got to love it. The city will be his. The city will be his. Got to love that. Gotta love that. I love it when people post art like that. So there you go, Mr. Ruiz Burgos. Love that. Love seeing that. I missed the penguin. Anybody else miss the penguin? I missed the penguin. Totally. Man, there's like an emptiness. There's still an emptiness when it comes to the penguin. There's an emptiness. There definitely is. But hey, we'll be all right. I mean, Doom Prophecy has potential. We'll see what happens. It got my attention with that first episode, so should be good. Excellent poster, right? Yeah. But, okay, so How to Train Your Dragon. We got the first trailer to How to Train Your Dragon. How are we feeling about the trailer, folks? The live action How to Train Your Dragon. How are we feeling about this trailer? So, I've seen the first one. I've seen it, I think I've only seen it once. There's Gerard Butler right there. Apparently that costume weighed like 90 pounds. But, yeah, we got the new trailer right here for it. And what I'm kind of seeing with this trailer, to be honest, is it looks like it's almost going to be a shot-for-shot kind of live-action remake, right? I don't think it's really necessary because the original one. I think the sequel is also well. I don't even know if I saw the sequel, to be honest. But the original one is loved. It's beloved by so many. And it just seems like this is almost, if you're looking at some of these shots, they look really good. Like the VFX looks really good. It's all toothless here. And then, this shot right here is just straight. It's the same kind of shot. Same kind of shot. But for the most part, I'm like, do we really need that? I guess it's fine, but like I said, it looks like it's shot very well. So I'll give it that. Like, I was kind of wondering about how it was going to look. That was my big thing. It was like, how is it going to look? And as long as it looks pretty decent, I'll go check it out. Like I said, I don't really think it's necessary, but the fact that it just looks like it's shot well and the costumes look good and everything is looking pretty decent. Gerard Butler, he voiced the character and now he is the character. That's just really cool. So I like that part of it. So we'll see, but yeah, we'll definitely see. All right, and then we got this right here. I know we're going to be talking about X-Men and MCU and stuff like that, but see, it's just funny because Michael Fassbender was asked, about potentially reprising his role in Magneto, as they do when it comes to interviews and everything like that, and guess what he said? I'm always open to things. Never say never. Can we just... They're always going to say never say never. That's the thing. I know, and it's always funny too, because all of a sudden when somebody gets asked something and then they, the person says never say never, never say never. That's always like the common response, even if they don't want to do it. They're not going to say that they wouldn't. Just recently, Jamie Lee Curtis was asked recently if she would return for another Halloween sequel. I don't think that's going to happen. I think there was enough with the trilogy, the sequel trilogy that she was in, which started off strong and then took a fucking nosedive with the second one with Halloween Kills. And then it kind of went up a little bit, but still pretty weak ending of the trilogy, in my opinion. And she even said, never say never. Everybody says never say never. That doesn't really mean anything. It's just what they resort to, but I would not mind. I think no matter how you feel, about those X-Men movies that he was a part of, he nailed it. Like Dark Phoenix kind of blows. Dark Phoenix kind of blows, but you know who doesn't blow in that movie? Michael Fassbender. He's excellent. His story arc in that movie is excellent. From First Class all the way through, his time as Magneto has always been excellent. Always been excellent. I would say McAvoy was also up there too when it came to him being Professor X. So, Secret Wars, I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? Let's see. What else we got? Okay, and then you know what's kind of interesting? Last night, there was a video that showed up that it had Colin Farrell shooting the last little bits of which the remaining scenes, they shot the last scene. He's in the full-on penguin suit and everything. You had a video of Colin Farrell that was shot on somebody's phone of him just thanking everybody. They were wrapping up the shoot for the penguin. They did the last shot and he's thanking everybody. And it was going around all last night, and it was interesting because he was talking in his normal accent, his Irish accent, coming out of Oz Cobb's face. It was interesting to hear him talk about, thanking everybody and said he won't miss the suit, he won't miss the voice. And they pulled it. The media has been disabled in response to report by copyright owner. Womp womp. Why are you gonna pull that? Who posted it first off? But yeah, it was all of a sudden that video just vanished from Twitter, at least. I'm sure you could probably find it somewhere, but it was really cool. But it was so weird to hear his normal voice and accent come out of the penguin face. But it's what are we doing here? What? We're just gonna remove it, huh? I was I wonder. Very interesting. It's very interesting, but hey, what could you do, I guess, you know? I know they take it down. We can't have Oz Cobb. We can't have him talking with an Irish accent. I do a terrible Irish accent, but anyways. And then we got Alien Earth. Alien Earth, which I'm looking forward to, because anything in the Alien universe, I'm all about. We got a poster. And I see what you did here. It's a pretty creative poster because obviously it's paying homage to the original Alien poster that shows the egg that is cracking, and of course you see the green light come out of it. So now they have the Earth that is cracking, and it has the green light coming out of it. So that's cool. And then of course they dropped a kind of longer trailer. It's pretty much the trailer that we've already seen. It's just slightly longer. Oh yeah, and we got the Disney logo right here. That's right, guys. For an Alien trailer, we got the Disney Plus logo. Does that still feel weird to you guys? It still feels weird to me. Disney presents Alien Earth. That's right, guys. Join the Kids Club and you get exclusive footage from Alien Earth. So 2120, Mother Earth is expecting. And then, of course, yeah, there's that shot. But there's some more shots in here. Whoa, what the hell was that? See, and then he showed Disney Plus. It's so weird. But there's some interesting... Look, you got somebody screaming right there. All right. And then I'm kind of... Somebody pointed this out in my mentions when I posted this. Okay. Well, okay, we got something right there. Somebody in a suit, probably. And where's it at? Where's it at? Oh, this thing's not working. It's not letting me jog it. Come on. So, wait, where's it at? There's like a shot of... So you got that. That looks like an egg. One of the eggs like opening up. That right there. That right there. What exactly is going on there? It almost looks like engineer-esque looking eyeball and face. I don't know. You know, when it comes to the whole Romulus thing, you know how that ended. So, very interesting right there. I don't know. Curious about it. Hopefully it doesn't suck. That's all we can hope for, right? That's all we can really hope for is hopefully it doesn't suck. But you know what does suck? Hollywood kind of sucks sometimes. And, you know, when it comes to the whole political discourse, we know that, you know, when you're in Hollywood, you're always going to be very much on one side of the spectrum. And it's just kind of, I don't know. Now I hope that we can kind of break the mold a little bit and just kind of go like, all right, when it comes to politics and when it comes to Hollywood, when it comes to actors and everything like that, it's like, no, I mean, everybody can obviously voice their opinions about something, but when it comes to, even if somebody is like leaning the other way, they don't have to be ousted or something like that. There can be discussions. And we got Sebastian Stan right here. Now, I'm not saying Sebastian Stan is just coming out as a Republican, no, but he did star in a movie that was called The Apprentice. That, of course, he plays Donald Trump. And this is pretty dumb right here because you know how Variety does an actor on actor where they discuss their movie roles, especially when it comes to the award season. And I guess he might be considered to be nominated for his role as playing a young Donald Trump. Well, he had this to say right here at a Q&A.
The amount of love that I've received, you know, from some of the biggest, you know, both of us, I think, in terms of actors, directors, producers, writers who have seen the movie and they rave about it. But then, for instance, you know, I had an offer to do Variety Actor on Actor this Friday, and I couldn't find another actor to do it with me because they were too afraid to go and talk about this movie, so I couldn't do it.
Too afraid.
You know, and it doesn't matter. That's okay. That's not to point a finger at anybody. You know, I've gotten to do a lot of great things, and that's not pointing at anyone specific. It was we couldn't get past the publicists or the people representing them because it was too afraid to talk about this movie. And it's like, that's when I think we lose the situation. Like,
yes.
If it really becomes like that fear or that discomfort to talk about this, then we're really going to have a problem. There was an op-ed that came out that I sent to him, in New York Times recently that I thought was really interesting, which said we have to stop pretending that Trump is not one of us. You know, and that's a really difficult thing to deal with at the moment, and I understand the emotions are very high, but I think that's the only way you're going to grasp this film. All it's saying is you cannot keep casting this person aside, especially after they get the popular vote. Should we not give this a closer look and try to understand what it is about this person that's even driving that? Or
yes.
I don't know if the love is going to translate into action, but certainly it's there from what we're hearing. But
very well said by Sebastian Stan. Very well said. And he's not a Trump fan. He's expressed that. But he's talking about that fact that there are people that were too afraid. And this is mainly, he's not pointing fingers at the certain actors. It's the publicists. The publicists were like, no, we're not doing that because we have to talk about Donald Trump. We don't talk about Donald Trump. Can't talk about Donald Trump. Donald Trump. It's like Donald Trump is like, Trump is a 4-letter word now that you can't speak in Hollywood. But it's just like, but he brings up a good point after the election. It's like, well, maybe we should start talking about it and having discussions about it, because not only did he win the whole thing, he won the popular vote. And that's what I've always been trying to say. I'm like, you know, when people just don't want to associate with anybody who's on that side or voted for him, remember the whole Rachel Zegler thing and all that stuff where she was wishing no peace for like those people. It's like, no, that's not a way to do it. Have conversations. I'm not conservative, but I have conservative people in my life who voted for him twice. And I have discussions with them like, why do you? What do you, and then we'll have a discussion, a friendly discussion, Sometimes people just don't want to hear that. So good on Sebastian Stan for saying that. And it almost seems like the guy saying, he was just like, yeah, totally. And I'm glad that people clapped because there needs to be those discussions. There needs to be that. So, but it's just kind of shitty. It's like, wow. So you can't take part in that. Because people were afraid to talk about Donald Trump. But it's like, wow, just listen to Sebastian Stan talk about making the movie. Talk about the process of becoming a young Donald Trump. And it's funny, too, because the movie does not shine Donald Trump it's not a movie where it puts him in a good light. It doesn't put him in a good light. And I like how he said, too, that it's like, oh, yeah, he's kind of one of us. Yes, he is. He worked in Hollywood. He was part of that. He's a personality. He's literally somebody who was like that, who ended up becoming president, which is like, Jesus Christ. Can you imagine? Like, I always thought about that, because remember in Back to the Future when Marty goes back to 1955 and Doc asks him, like, who's the president in 1985? And he goes, Ronald Reagan. And he goes, Ronald Reagan, the actor? I mean, imagine, like, going back in time and then, like, who's the president in 2025? Donald Trump. What? People would be like, huh? Donald Trump? What the fuck? I mean, there would be nobody that would believe that if you were to travel back to like 1995. Nobody would believe that Donald Trump is the president for a second term. Nobody would believe that except for the writers of Simpsons, because essentially they predicted that shit. Because the Simpsons, they got a fucking crystal ball that's happening with them. Jesus Christ. Anyways. But yeah, it's just kind of lame. But what can he do? But you know what's great? This is what's great. We got somebody who got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame that is well-deserved because, you know what? He's awesome. We know it. That's right. Ralph Macchio. Yes. Woo! There you go, Ralphie. Look at the smile on his face. You gotta love it. You love to see this. Dude's 60-something years old. It's crazy how dude doesn't even freaking age, man. Dude does not age, but good on Ralph Macchio. And then he's not done. I mean, obviously we got the Cobra Kai. We're in part 2 of the finale. I still got to catch up. And then apparently, when it comes to Karate Kid Legends, I don't know if this is true because, again, you just see it on your feed. Who knows? But I saw it on my feed. I'm not sure. Like I said, this is just take it with a grain of salt. But apparently when it comes to Karate Kid Legends, that movie is supposed to take place 3 years after the finale of Cobra Kai. That's what I saw on my feed. I didn't retweet it or anything like that. Because you never know. I just saw that. Who knows if that's actually true, but yeah. Ugh. So then we have this. Talking about live action remakes, I mean, you know, with How to Train Your Dragon, which I'm like going, okay, it almost looks like it's shot for shot, but it looks like it's shot well. But then we mustn't forget that Moana is getting a live action remake, even though it doesn't really make sense right now that there is a Moana live action remake, because that movie came out like, what, 8 years ago? We have the sequel coming out next week. So they're already doing a live action, even though they're filming it right now, even though we got the sequel to the animated one that came out not too long ago. Usually you wait a little bit and then you do the live action ones, but they're not holding back when it comes to Moana. But apparently, well, we got our first glimpse of Dwayne Johnson as his live action character. Yep, blurry. And what the fuck is that? Is that really him? Is he wearing a muscle suit? Or did he just update the juice? Bring on the juice. He's wearing a bodysuit? Looking like the Scorpion King right there, too, with that hair. I mean, they're blurry pictures, but he's wearing a bodysuit. I think. I'm just kind of wondering, is that his stand-in? Stunt double? I don't know. I was tripping out when I saw that. I was like, is that really him? But again, you see the character, and it's like, yeah, Dwayne Johnson's a big dude, but they wanted to make him look even bigger, so he's wearing a muscle suit. Oh my God. This is going to be so bad. So bad. So bad. I haven't even seen Moana, to be honest. I'll be honest with you. Again, not a big-time Disney guy right here, or Disney Pixar, whatever the fuck it is, you know, it's all the same shit. And I'm just kind of going like, what the fuck? He's wearing a muscle. It just looks weird. I mean, obviously, it's just this blurry set photo. A blurry set photo, but I mean, that's not his body right there. That's not his body. Now, naturally, and somebody in my mention said, like, well, it'd be easier to do that than to, draw on all the tattoos, because he's got tattoos himself, but then they have to put the proper tattoos. So it'd be easier for him just to wear a suit. And I'm just like, what the hell is this going to look like on the big screen? I don't know. Oh, man. This talk about just not needing this right now. But it's happening. It's happening. We got to, But hey, it might do. I mean, when this movie comes out, we see the trailer. I am curious to see what he's going to look like. It's going to be interesting. Oof. All right, guys. Again, we got to pull our money. We got to pool our money. Put our money together. Everybody here, just start pulling their money. And, we could reach out to people, maybe do a GoFundMe or something like that. But let's pool our money, Anytime that we hear that we heard that Warner Brothers is actually going to be selling like 10 tumblers from, the Dark Knight trilogy. They're going to be selling those for like $3 million a piece. But they are now selling costumes. They are selling costumes, bidding. And we could bid. We can bid on these costumes. Warner Brothers Discovery is auctioning off Ben Affleck's Batman suit from Batman vs. Superman and other props and costumes to celebrate Batman's 85th anniversary. Batman's 85th anniversary. They are not selling these to celebrate. They're selling them to make money. They need money. That's why they're doing it. But before like certain Snyder fans freak out about this, it's not just Ben Affleck's Batsuit. You can do this whole bidding thing right here. And you can register, do all that. But these are the costumes right here that they are selling. So they are selling Michael Keaton's Batsuit in The Flash, the stunt Batsuit. So not even the one that he wears, but what his stuntman wore. Interesting. And then, of course, we had the BVS suit, and we got Alicia Silverstone's Batgirl Arctic suit. That's right. And then I would love this one as well. If I had to choose between, I would, of course, want the BVS suit, but I would want the fucking Chris O'Donnell Batman Forever Robin suit. I love that suit. That suit is awesome. And then apparently they're going to be selling the Joker's Joker mobile right there, that the pink, purple, whatever, Lambo or whatever. I don't even know what the hell it is. Probably not nothing, not anything. And then we got the Suicide Squad Harley Quinn mission costume, which I really like that costume. And then, of course, we have the original Suicide Squad Harley Quinn's Distressed Daddy's Little Monster costume. And then Batman and Robin, the Bat Hammer vehicle. And then you can get the Dark Knight Cal. You can get the Arkham Asylum key. I didn't even know that was a thing. I would love this. The Two-Face coin. I would buy that. The Two-Face coin, that can't be that much, right? I would love that Two-Face coin. I remember I got the I had the Batman Forever figurines. When you got Two-Face, you actually got a coin with it. And I remember having that coin. I used to flip that thing all the time, but then I lost it, of course. I wish I still had that coin. I love that coin. I might have to try to find one on Amazon. I'm sure that I could find like a fake coin right there. And then, of course, you have the Robin's bat skiff from Batman and Robin. It's just like, holy shit. But yeah, are they really doing it to celebrate Batman? No. They're trying to make some more money. That's what they need, money. Warner Brothers needs money, man. That's why they're doing it. Yeah, but they're just like, hey, we're celebrating Batman, 85 years. No. They need the money. Don't worry. And then, if anybody, when certain fans, certain diehard fans were getting upset about one of Henry Cavill's Superman suits that got torn in the screen test process, we know that Ben Affleck has his BVS suit. Actually, I think that suit, or at least a statue, I saw on my feed as well. You know how like him and Matt Damon have their own studio? They have their own production company. Apparently, they have it displayed in the office. So they have like things displayed from, memorabilia from their movies, and there's a Batfleck statue right there that I think has the costume on it. It looks like it's like legit has the costume. I think that's the one that he has that was once in his house, but he had to store it somewhere because, getting that divorce from J-Lo, so he had to put it somewhere. Anyways, okay. Christopher Nolan. This was just posted not too long ago, actually. A couple hours ago, we got a new actor that's going to be joining Christopher Nolan's film. And I think I figured it out, guys. I figured it out. I know what Christopher Nolan's next movie is going to be. That's right. We're all trying to figure out, is it the vampire movie that takes place in the 1920s? Nah. Is it the helicopter movie that takes place in the future? Nah. Robert Pattinson's going to be in it, so obviously it's going to be Tenet 2, right, guys? Who wants to see a sequel to Tenet? Why not? But yes, Robert Pattinson will be reteaming right here. Woo-wee. There you go. Just announced by The Hollywood Reporter that he has joined the cast. It would be kind of interesting, though, because some people, I remember when Tenet came out, when you look at Tenet, what other Christopher Nolan movie kind of could be in the same universe or follow a similar, you could see these two stories being in the same universe? Inception. What if Christopher Nolan decided, hey, I'm going to do a third movie that takes place in this universe that has the Tenet time travel shit and the Inception dream shit in it. What if I did something like that? That's not going to be a thing. That's a wet dream I would have. That's a wet dream that I'm probably going to have tonight. But I was just saying, I was just like, wouldn't that be crazy if something like that happened? If he did, because I still remember when Split came out, M. Night Shyamalan, and we had no idea that Split was in the same universe as Unbreakable. And then when we saw that ending, we saw that twisty ending where Bruce Willis showed up, I remember losing my shit because that was just so you just did not expect it. It wouldn't be insane, but obviously it's not. I'm joking, but because I know a lot of people really didn't like Tenet, even though I like Tenet. I like Tenet. I did. Hey, repost that. But we're still wondering what the hell this thing's going to be. But, yeah, Robert Pattinson joining. That's good. Oh, and then one last thing, guys. This is going to be terrible. This is going to be absolutely terrible, guys. We got somebody, and we know this writer who writes for Variety, or edits, I should say, that is going to be writing a piece. They're going to be writing a book, actually, about a certain subject, and I just go, oh, God. Oh, God, not her. Variety executive editor Tatiana Seigel writing sweeping history of DC film franchise, with crowning taking worldwide rights to upcoming book. No, Jesus Christ, I didn't want that. No, I wanted more of that or that, you know. Or that. How many more drops can I do? Oh, no. Jesus Christ. So, yeah, Tatiana Seigel is going to be writing a book about the DC film franchise. So, from start to finish, I'm sure there's going to be a glorious couple of chapters when it comes to the Snyder era. I'm sure she's going to... Oh, man. She's probably going to let loose with that one. Oh, God. Oof. She's not that great. I know. You haven't heard that name in a while? Ugh. Yeah, she is not written, you know, she's not a Snyder fan, that's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. So, she's not the greatest writer. And then of course her and Ray Fisher kind of, you know, there's been bumping of heads when it came to that. Ray Fisher has actually called her out too. Oh, yeah. So I was like, yeah, that's just not going to be great. It's not going to be great. Not going to be great, guys. So prepare for that. That's going to be just like award-winning stuff right there, huh? Boy. Anyways, all right. That's all the tweets we got right there. All right, let's talk about some DCU news and everything and what's going on. All right, first thing I'm going to talk about that got confirmed today, because, you know, there are people I trust that get scoops, that get legit information, that it was actually reported. It was reported already. It was reported like almost fucking, I don't know, 2.5 months ago, essentially, that has been confirmed now that things are actually moving forward. Do you guys know who Sergeant Rock is when it comes to the DC universe? I don't. I really don't know this character. I mean, the first time I really heard about this character was when the initial, like, rumor came about, when I first saw it on my feed. But then, of course, now we got, like, the trades now reporting about it. Now reporting that this was actually going to be happening. And it was from Nexus Point News. Exclusive, Luca. God, I'm not even going to try to say his last name, but Luca, you know, the guy who just made the Queer movie, I believe, with Daniel Craig, set to direct Sergeant Rock for DC Studios, and then Justin, God, Kuritzikis, the last names are killing me right now, but Justin and Luca. And so this was reported on September 5th, right? As you can see right there, September 5th on Nexus Point News. So then it just kind of, and then there was also the rumor, because he just worked with him, that Daniel Craig was actually rumored to be starring as this. Now, this is just very interesting. I haven't heard this character, and then of course there was and then there was even like some other scoopers, but they didn't say exactly. A certain scooper didn't exactly. He said there was a rumor about him joining there, but he didn't know what movie it was. That scooper is going to remain nameless. Let's just say he took a very ugly picture of himself in his car not too long ago. Still get nauseous when I think about it. Anyways, but now it's being reported, and I'm just kind of going like, what? See, the thing is, here's the thing. When it comes to like a character that I'm sure like not a lot of people probably have heard. I haven't heard of Sergeant Rock. I have to do some research, and I eventually will. But I'm just like going like, well, I'm not going to research it right now. But because one of the reasons why I'm like going, okay, I mean, not even like DC fans know like who this character is. Like you probably ask like even like maybe the diehard DC fans go, yeah, I've heard of the name, seen him in a couple of books, but not really knowing too much of who he is. So what's curious about this is, and this could be part of the strategy of DC Studios, and I was like thinking about this when all this news was coming about. It's like, well, what if, okay, so yeah, it's an off-the-cuff character, but I'm just kind of going like, all right, and this could be like something that could work out, and it could be like a brilliant thing because, James Gunn likes to do like the off-the-cuff characters, not the common characters, and that could be beneficial. That can definitely be beneficial because if you take a character like this and just slap him in a crazy war-type movie that maybe costs 30, 40 million bucks cheap, you put a possible Academy Award winning director attached to it and let him do his own spin thing, creates a great movie where people don't even know that's a comic book character. They don't know until they see the logo at the beginning of the movie. They just are going like, this movie looks interesting, let's go see it. And then they don't even know it's a DC Comics character until they see the logo in the beginning. So that could be something where like, oh shit. And then of course it could get some praise, could get something. I mean, you got this guy who's he's made movies that have been nominated for awards, challengers this year. That queer movie that just came out, that's getting a lot of Oscar buzz. So I'm just kind of going like that. If you take like these random, like really, really small characters, slap them in a movie, give them a cheap budget, and see what happens. And people start raving about it. Critics start raving about it. And then people find out it's a DC character. That could be a way to, could be a way to go. Because everybody knows these characters over here, of course. But you don't know this character. And it's like, yeah, maybe there could be something right there. I don't know. It's a cool name, but yeah. So, yeah, it's just like, okay, that's confirmed. At first, when I heard about that, I was like, all right, that's something. It's definitely something, so. And then the second thing I want to talk about, James Gunn is a liar. That's right, you heard me. He's a liar. Pants on fire. Well, this is something I kind of forgot to bring up because I was like, oh yeah, there was this little thing when it came to the whole DC continuity thing. I was like, oh shit, that's right. He did say that over there. He did answer that over there. And now people, of course, are passing around that screenshot. And of course, like I said, Monday, I was like, I forgot to bring up this little aspect right here. This is what I'm telling you when it comes to the whole Peacemaker, Justice League thing and stuff like that. Because remember what he said about Peacemaker, like when he was being interviewed, he talked about it like, oh yeah, everything, Peacemaker season 1 is canon except for that whole Justice League thing. We'll explain that in season 3, I guess, of Peacemaker. And so he says that, and then naturally, people were just like going, yes, Peacemaker takes place after Superman, including season 1. Season 1 isn't canon, but no. Whoop, whoop. Oops. Now, naturally, I'm not going to be like one of those that just goes like, oh my God, it's saying, and be all pissed off about it and say, liar, liar, pants on fire, and whatever the hell. I think there's some people that are more upset about James Gunn than they are about, being lied to by their politicians, media, and all this stuff, which is kind of weird and interesting. I always say he fluffs things, but this should be actually a lesson. This should be a little bit of a lesson, I would say, when it comes to James Gunn, because when you answer stuff like that, I mean, I don't even know how long ago that was. I'm trying to remember how long ago that actually was. But this is why, like, sometimes you might want to hold back, Jimmy Guns, because when you do that and then all of a sudden things change, now you got to be like, oh shit, and things live on the internet forever. So it might be a little lesson of like, oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't have said that season 1 isn't canon, because now it is canon. I can't even remember how long ago that was. It was a while ago. So now things have changed. So now it's like, oh shit, I already said it wasn't canon, but now it is canon. It's like, yeah, let that be a little lesson when it comes to things, and I think that's what's difficult about the job that he's doing, especially when he had to like jump into this whole thing when it was the DCEU, and now that it's the DCU, it's like, oh shit, I already said it wasn't canon, now it's canon. Damn it. So, but yeah, it's just like, but it was weird because as soon as they cast Rick Flag Sr. in it, and then it was like, oh yeah, he's crucial to the whole thing, and he's essentially going to be the antagonist. I think we all went like, well, it's got to be canon then. Like, it's got to be canon. Yeah, it got confusing. It does. It is still kind of confusing because now they still got to figure that part out. Even though, like I said on Monday, I'm like, I could forget about that Justice League scene because I thought it was stupid. I was like, all right, cool. Momoa's there. Ezra's there. The Justice League does show up, but at the same time, we got shadowy Superman, we got shadowy Wonder Woman, Batman and Cyborg were just, removed. So I was like, I could just forget about that scene. It doesn't need to be in my brain when I watch Peacemaker season 2. That's why I'm like, all right, I don't care. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna throw like, all the hate, that gets thrown out there. But it's just like, what? Don't do that, man. What are you doing? So that's why it should be a lesson. Should be a lesson, Jimmy Guns. Should be a lesson. Now. Let's see. Where am I at here? Did I lose my spot? Maybe. No, let's see. Is there anything else? Let's see. Let me look here. Things that got actually revealed yesterday. Alan Tudyk. Alan Tudyk is just going to be playing all kinds of voices. Alan Tudyk, I forgot that he voices Clayface in the Harley Quinn show. He's actually going to be voicing Clayface in Creature Commandos. But of course, it's a drastically different Clayface. It's a Clayface that wants to kill and be different and everything like that. He said that. So now he's going to be another voice in there. Hey, you know what? You sign him on for multiple things. That's great. He's a voice. Why not? They also showed this when it comes to Peacemaker 2. Big Belly Burger is actually going to be showing up in Peacemaker Season 2. We already saw Big Belly Burger. We've seen it already show up. I think it showed up in Blue Beetle. I believe. I might be wrong about that, but I think that's what the Scarif was in, right? And then, of course, it's going to be in Superman. So, there you go. You got those connections right there. Let's see. Now, where's it at? Oh, that's right. I had it up. There it is. Okay. So now we got the Superman trailer. The Superman trailer, it's going to be coming out soon. Soon. It's always soon. Anytime we hear about that, we heard James Gunn said, it shouldn't be too long. But now we got Mr. Frank Grillo, Mr. Rick Flag Sr. himself, talking to Collider. And, of course, naturally, they're going to be talking about, okay, Superman, Peacemaker, Creature Commandos, and this is what he had to say when it came to certain things, including the Superman trailer.
I've been waiting and waiting for DC to make another Superman. I'm over the fucking moon that it's James Gunn. What the hell was it like getting to step on set in a Superman movie? Because I know you must love the character like I love the character.
I do, and it's been, I think, I wasn't a superhero kid. I wasn't a comic book kid, but the one superhero, and I'm talking about from the TV show, the original TV show, was Superman. And to me, that's the ultimate and only superhero, second to maybe no one. And a long distance from that is Batman, right? And those are the two comics, those are the two superheroes I grew up with. But to step on set and to know Gunn was at the helm, even in the capacity that I was working, was a gift. And I'll tell you something. I hope I don't get in trouble for this. I got a sneak peek at a little bit of the trailer, and I'm not joking, and I'm not blowing this out of proportion. My skin was hot, and I had goosebumps. That's how great it is. And so I think, by the way, this kid David is going to be a superstar, and he's amazing. As is the rest of the cast in the film, and just James' take on it. I think I think it's gonna be the movie.
Actor who's in a movie is hyping up movie? What? Of course he's going to do that. Of course he's going to hype up the movie. And I know he says, like, I'm not just blowing smoke up your ass. He's selling the movie, selling the product, of course. I loved it how I had a lot of people in my mentions, like, go, like, of course he's going to say that. I'm like, yeah. What is he going to do? Like, saw the trailer. It was fine. Trailer was fine. It was all right. No, he's hyping up the movie. He's selling the movie, as they all do. They do that. That's what actors do. So naturally he's going to do that. And I love how he says, like, I hope I don't get in trouble for this. Come on. You know you're not going to get in trouble for this. You're probably told to say this. Yeah, it's just part of the gig. Hype up the movie. Hype up the trailer. Please do. There's nothing wrong with that. And I'm just like, cool. I like to hear his enthusiasm. Sounds great. Sounds great. But I just loved how when I posted my whole thing about it, and I just posted the quotes, and I had so many people just like say, like, of course he's going to. Yes, I know. Nobody's stupid. But it's okay to hype up a movie. Actors do that all the time. That's what you do. That's part of the gig. And then, of course, speaking of Collider, we may finally know when the first Superman trailer is arriving, exclusive. And yes, they're basically saying right here, Gunn is teased and everything like that, blah, blah, blah. And then they're saying that it might be showing up with Mufasa, the Lion King. So mid-December, and it might be showing up in front of Mufasa. That's right. So, yeah, they probably were like going, all right, where do we put this movie in front of? Well, Mufasa, Lion King was $1 billion movie. Maybe this movie will do some numbers too. Maybe people will be excited for Mufasa. I mean, I don't really give a shit. I'm not going to go. I probably won't go see Mufasa. I didn't really like the live action Lion King, but why not put it in front of that? It's going to be online everywhere anyways, so it looks like December for sure. That's why I was like, I had people that in my mentions like before, like they're going like, oh, it's going to be Super Bowl. They're going to release the Super Bowl. I'm like, no, why would they wait till February to release the fucking trailer? No, it's ready to go. It's ready to go. So, no, it's going to be in December. So, right in front of Mufasa right there. Why not? Why not? Actors should just trash talk the movies. Of course, I know, right? When people say that, it's like, I know. And when I see people that just like say that and they just go like, of course he's going to say that. I'm like, yeah, nobody's disagreeing with that. And I've even asked people, I remember like, because you know me, when I post something and I get certain people just in my mentions and they just like, you know, I don't believe anything they said. I'm like, you don't have to. You don't have to. I get it. And then, of course, when I click on their profile, what do I see? A bunch of Snyderverse stuff. And I'm just like, yeah, you don't have to believe them. You don't have to believe them. No, of course you don't. And, of course, he's an actor in a movie. He's selling it. That's what he's supposed to do. What do you expect him to do? Not shit on it? And then, of course, they say, like, well, yeah, but look what happened when they were, like, trying to promote The Flash. And I'm like, so you're using one example. How many times has there been actors that have been like, oh, my God, wait till you see the trailer, blah, blah, blah. And then the trailer ends up being good. It could work both ways. But, of course, you know, no matter what, there's going to be certain people that are going to hate the trailer and think it's absolute garbage. They already have their tweets ready to go, and they're probably going to talk shit about it all day. Sure. But then hopefully, what I'm hoping for is a majority of DC fans just kind of go like, wow, here we go. This trailer was awesome. And so, you know, hopefully it's not too cheesy. There's going to be jokes in there, of course. There's probably going to be a needle drop. I would hope there wasn't going to be a needle drop, but there's most likely going to be a needle drop. And it's not even a James Gunn thing, even though I think he helped usher in this wave of putting a needle drop in a trailer. I think when the first Guardians trailer came out, I think he was kind of like almost like the pioneer of that. And now it's like there's so many trailers that get a needle drop. And I kind of get tired of the needle drop sometimes. I mean, sometimes it could fit, but sometimes, so there's probably going to be a needle drop. I just like show some cool shit, show a little drama, show some action. And then, yes, I just hope that it's probably going to end with a joke too, but who knows? But anyways, moving along, the DCU Batman. So where does the DCU Batman fit? And, of course, James Gunn talked about when it comes to the DCU Batman. This was yesterday on Collider as well. So here's the article right here. And talking with them. And then, of course, you know, mentioning everything, talking about Creature Commandos. And then, of course, when it comes to, of course, Penguin and everything. But for Gunn, when he starts, you know, when it comes to the DCU. And then, of course, introducing Batman into the DCU. There's no set timeline for anything. The one thing I've tried to make clear to people from the beginning in the way that I hope we're different is that everything DC is going to be based on the writers. Until we have a screenplay that I'm totally happy with, the movie is not going to get made, no matter what it is. So we have been really fortunate with some screenplays. You know, Supergirl came in and just, wow, Anna, of course, who's writing it, did such an amazing job. The Lanterns pilot came in, and now the whole Lantern series came in, and it's like, wow, that's wonderful, wonderful work. And there's a couple of other things that people don't know about, a couple of movies and TV shows that are greenlit or near greenlit. But it's going to be based always on that, on the story, because at the end of the day, if we're happy with the story that we're telling, that's what matters most. And once the brave and the bold gets to that point, then we'll make the movie. Cool. Why'd you announce it then, James? Just kidding. Just kidding. You know, I was thinking about that too. I was like, okay, so why announce it then? You know, if it's so far, if it's not that far. But I was like going, well, it kind of makes sense because it's like, okay, if you're going to announce a first chapter of a DC, you have to have a Batman in there. I think it's just like one of those things where it's like, you have to have a Batman in there. And so having a Batman story and then saying it's going to be with Damian Wayne, which I think that's what kind of made me go, what the fuck? And I think a lot of Batman fans go, oh shit, we're actually going to have that Batman that's going to have Damian Wayne Robin? Oh, okay. I mean, that made my and a lot of other people's ears perked up. So I get why they did that, but at the same time, I also appreciate what he has to say, and he keeps on saying it. It's all about story, make sure everything's good, it's solid, and all that stuff. So, but it's just, yeah, so there you go. So who knows when we're actually going to get a full-on thing with that. He still has not officially said Andy Muschietti is the guy that's going to be directing it. It's still just, I'm like waiting for like a full-on quote. I mean, he kind of, I don't know. It's been kind of interesting when it comes to that, but you know, I think Muschietti has definite potential to still be doing that. So, anyways, all right. I think that's all when it comes to DCU stuff right there. Right? No, wait. There was one more thing. One more thing that I forgot to mention on. Nope. Shut up. One more thing that I did not go over when it came to Superman. Story points when it comes to Superman and the meta-humans that are already existing. See, this is what I like. The fact that we're not going to get an origin story. We're not going to just get a Superman story that's just Superman doing Superman things. He's living in a world that already has meta-humans. And, you know, essentially, you know, since they're going to be using the Kingdom Come logo or the emblem on his chest, it's like, okay, so they're going to be taking some aspects of that story and the fact that there is a world with so many of these heroes, and it's starting to get a little too crazy. Here's something that James Gunn said in that recent interview.
You know in your head where like the age of superheroes began? Like, was there a Creature Commandos back in like World War II, the way there was in the comics, I believe?
Well, I don't know if there was a Creature Commandos back, but I do know there's been metahumans and superheroes for a long time. But as time has gone on, and I don't think this is giving away too much. There's more of them today than there used to be.
Okay.
And they're more of an issue today than they used to be. So this doesn't really have anything to do with Creature Commandos, but it is, you know, kind of where we find ourselves.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's becoming an issue. And I think that's where, you know, when it comes to Superman's story is like, where does he fit in there? And the fact that, you know, you got somebody like Guy Gardner and, you know, you got Max Lord that is now representing them, sponsoring them. It's turned into that kind of thing where it's like, okay, yeah, it's turned into an issue. And I kind of like that. I like that because it brings a unique spin on a Superman story of him trying to fit in that kind of world. So anyways. So now, even, you know, speaking of heroes trying to fit in the world, we got Kevin Feige talking about that the Disney APAC showcase he kind of just like zoomed in on the big screen, and we won't go, there's no really, I mean, there is some videos because he does talk about Fantastic Four, kind of talks about like, oh yeah, you know, it's finally, we're getting the Marvel's first family in there, and the fact that, you know, pretty much we're going to see them, and then all of a sudden they're just going to be thrown right into the Avengers stuff, which is going to be interesting to see how that is. But he did talk about X-Men. He talked about X-Men, and I wanted to bring up this quote right here, because everybody's kind of wondering, what's it going to be like when X-Men finally show up into this world? And here's the quote right here. On bringing the X-Men into the MCU, Feige said, I think you will see that continues in our next few movies with some X-Men players that you might recognize. Right after that, the whole story of Secret Wars really leads us into a new age of mutants and of the X-Men. Again, it's one of those dreams come true. We finally have the X-Men back. Dun, dun, dun. And then, of course, commenting on Deadpool and Wolverine, Hugh Jackman's role in the box office smash. When we first started working on the film for the first time, we wanted to see Wolverine in the yellow costume. And, of course, I had goosebumps. You already talked about that, and the mask and everything. So there you go. Just a little brief thing. He talked about that and talked about all the other stuff, but the fact of the matter is, it's like, okay, they're going to start peppering in. It seems like they're going to start peppering in some mutants into the world, and then when it comes to Secret Wars, God knows what's going to be, you know, shaking up the universe when it comes to that, and where the mutants have been. Is there going to be some multiversal kind of crazy shit? It was kind of funny because I still remember when like Eternals came out, and everybody was like, oh shit, Eternals, that could have a link to mutants. And then that didn't work out. And then, of course, they made Miss Marvel essentially a mutant as opposed to what she is in the books for the show. So it was like, okay, are we going to get talked? You know, is there going to be something with that? And then, of course, when we got Evan Peters showing up in WandaVision, everybody was going, oh, my God, it's happening. And then, of course, they just ended up turning him into a dick joke. All right, we'll see what happens. But, hey, there you go. Little update from Kevin Feige. X-Men, all that stuff. All right. So what are we seeing this weekend, guys? Are we seeing Wicked? Are we seeing Gladiator 2? Which one are you guys seeing out there? I told you guys already, I don't really have a desire to see Wicked. You know, it is kind of interesting when it comes to this weekend with these two, because they are like very much on opposite ends, okay? If you have a family, you know, mom, aunts, you know, daughters, nieces, whatever, going to see Wicked, and then the men are going to see Gladiator. I mean, it really is like you have R-rated like dad movie, and then you got, what is it? I don't know if it's PG-13 musical, you know, female leads and stuff like that. I mean, essentially it could be like a Barbenheimer situation because they are very polar opposite. But let's go ahead and let's see what the critics are saying. Let's see some of these reviews right here. We'll start off with we'll start off with Wicked. Wicked right now is getting praised like no other, and of course it's going to win the box office. I think I saw something that it was like probably open like 100 million to 110, maybe 120 million domestic. Currently sitting at a 92% with 156 reviews right here. Defying gravity with its magical pairing of Cynthia Erivo, there we go, and Ariana Grande, Wicked's sheer bravura and charm make for an irresistible invitation to Oz. So yeah, critics are just totally raving about this. So Wicked thankfully arrives with enough pomp and circumstance to dazzle even the most hardened moviegoer. Marvelous, fabulous stuff, a frame-filling, family-friendly cinematic confection. One of the most euphorically great movie musicals in years. Despite the indulgent runtime, Wicked is spellbindingly entertaining big screen experience, which will certainly go down a treat with fans of the musical. We've got some bad ones, too. It relegates a thematic strength to the corner of ironically thoughtless family fun entertainment that seeks to please and assuage. Well, I don't even know. Yeah, I'm saying that wrong. But yeah, mainly good reviews. And then, of course, Let's go to Gladiator. Gladiator not getting the big time praise, but still certified. Currently at a 73%. Echoing its predecessor while upping the blood sport in camp, Gladiator 2 is an action extravaganza that derives much of its strength and honor from Denzel Washington's scene-stealing performance. Yeah, I keep hearing that Denzel really does do a lot. Let's see. Most dismazingly and grand emotional sweep of the first film is nowhere to be found in Gladiator 2. The sequel is epic in length and spectacle, but not in feeling. Enjoying the evil wit of Marcrinus, and figuring out what motivates him gives Gladiator 2 whatever scant novelty it possesses. The film otherwise is mostly violent deja vu, selling moviegoers the same story it peddled nearly a quarter century ago. God, you want to feel old when somebody puts it like that? Quarter century ago. I watched the first Gladiator this past weekend again, and yeah, it's a fucking fantastic movie. Crafted with care and ambition, the follow-up to Ridley Scott's iconic 2000 film has finally arrived, and it delivers. Cinematic experience designed not just to ride on the coattails of its predecessor, but to stand on its own as an entry worth experiencing. That's not to say that that's not to say that Mescal doesn't have magnetism. In fact, his performance is one of the highlights of the film, but his character is underwritten. So there you go. One of the things I kept seeing on my feed when it came to Gladiator is the fact that Mescal's character is too much like Russell Crowe's character in the first one. There's not like he's trying to measure up to that character as opposed to being his own. Like it's almost like the same thing. Like it's not bad. It's just like he's trying to. The character is very much like that, and there is like a deja vu when it comes to the story. I don't know. But I'm looking forward to it. Seeing it tomorrow. So look forward to my first reaction review. It'll be up late because it's a long movie. It's 2.5 hour long movie. So definitely. And then finally, to wrap up today's show, Batman Beyond Year One. Did you guys check it out? Hopefully you guys did. Because it's pretty awesome. If you guys are wondering what this is Batman Beyond Year One. It's a fan film from Loomis Entertainment. And they dropped it on their YouTube channel. This has no association, non-profit. It's a fan film. The fans have, of course, they had like a GoFundMe and stuff like that. We're not going to like watch it or anything like that, but just to give you like a little bit of it here. I mean, we got a little thing right here talking about it's year 2059 and all this stuff. There's the logo. Great logo. Look at that shot right there of Gotham City in the future. Good stuff. Then, of course, it's starring Ryan Potter as Terry.
That's not very nice!
What a gentleman! Get lost. So you guys have... Thanks. Got lucky, I guess. Our wrestling team's starting to pay off.
Oh? Is the wrestling team turning everyone into a hero, or just you?
Of course.
No, that's not what I meant.
And then, let's fast forward to, hey, soundtrack sounds pretty good too. And let's show Batman. Woo! There he is.
Cool it, kid.
There's Bruce Wayne's voice.
The suit doesn't make the man.
Maybe, but it sure does help. These upgrades, thanks to you, of course, just what I needed.
We'll see about that. A call was just made several blocks from your location. Possible robbery at a cargo warehouse. Sightings reported of men with white masks.
White masks? You think it's the Royal Flush Gang? I'll head over.
Be careful. I have a feeling there's something larger at play here.
Thank you, DP.
And there's a Royal Flush Gang
I appreciate
right
you
there.
finding my package for me.
You know, I was hoping I'd run into you again.
It's a trap. Get out of there.
Not a chance.
Good fight choreography as well.
Disengage, Terry.
I'm trying.
Woo!
I'm telling you now, this won't end well.
It's just one guy. I can handle this.
It's never just one of the Flush Gang.
It never is. And of course, he meets a girl at the end.
Live for the moment.
Feeling like you're never living up to their expectations.
So there you go. That's it right there. Go check it out, guys. Batman, just type in Batman Year One fan film. It's a short one. It's only like 13 minutes long. I think it's even less than that because they got credits and everything like that. But very well done. Kind of wondering if there's going to be more. And yeah, you know me. I'm a sucker for fan films and everything. And you know, we got the Green Lantern fan film that was that showed up a couple of weeks ago. That was really, really short. This one's, you know, a little bit longer. Kind of wondering if there's going to be more with this, but looks really good, man. Looks really good, and they handled it with care. And the fact that Ryan Potter's playing Terry McGinnis, and you know he's doing all the fight choreography and doing all the stunts because that dude, you know, I still remember when he was like kind of going for like a Robin thing. And he released like a stunt viz kind of video, and it was pretty damn awesome. So go check it out in full. It looks really cool. Loomis Entertainment, good job, guys. Good job. Gotta love it. All right. Let's go ahead and see some, let's see what you guys have to say over here on Twitter, and then we'll do the members only stream. Oh, shit. That's funny. I just saw like what the first question is going to be right here. Droga, I didn't know this. I watched Predator 1987 and the first time the other day, and look what, yeah, shit. Sergeant Rock. There you go. Wow. Good catch. Good catch. Surprised I didn't see that on my feed with all the Sergeant Rock talk. But yeah, there's good old Shane Black right there. Writer-director Shane Black, who was in the first Predator movie. And, you know, went off and, well, I mean, the Predator movie that he made was kind of a shit sandwich, but, you know, he's made some other good movies. Obviously, he's written, like, the Lethal Weapon movies, Nice Guys. He wrote and directed The Nice Guys. He did Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which is also a great one. Of course, he did the third Iron Man movie, but, yeah, that's pretty funny right there. Like, wow. Cool. I was like, wow, I'm surprised I didn't see that on my feed. Eric, hey Dave, imagine Sebastian Stan heading to the White House to meet up with the president, maybe looking like he did as young Trump. I don't think he's going to do that. I wonder what the reaction would be, let alone if Stan's agent would let him do it. Now, I highly doubt he'd let him do that, but it would be pretty funny, though, if it did happen. Mr. Nobody, hey Dave, what do you think about Superman so far? Is it giving you the right vibes? I think it'll make like 60 million, 8 million. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm putting it right there. I'm thinking about 600 to 800 mil. It's not. I don't think it's going to make $1 billion, but I think we'll see though. You know, the vibe that it's getting and the trailer and all the marketing. But I would guess it could be around there. Cooper Knox, is it just me, or does The Rock look like he's wearing a bodysuit in those leaked Moana set photos? Yeah, I think we can all pretty much, pretty much guess that that's what he's doing. That's what he's wearing. He's wearing a bodysuit, and it's very weird and interesting. So, and then finally, Devin Wooter. Hey, Dave, did you hear the news about Daniel Craig in talks to play as Sergeant Rock? Do you think, yes, of course. Do you think Marvel mess, because I heard he was going to play a Marvel character. You know, there's always rumors. But Marvel cut him out of Doctor Strange 2. He was supposed to be in Doctor Strange 2. I didn't hear about that. And I just watched Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 2. The last episode was shocking. Yeah, I still haven't watched Part 1, so got to get on that. Maybe I'll try to do that this weekend, start binge watching that stuff. But, all right, guys, that's the show for today. Like I said, members, I'll see you guys in a little bit. And, well, you guys can pick my brain a little bit when it comes to things. We'll have a little chat. And then, of course, we have DC Fanimated. It's going to be happening in about 40 minutes with Scott and I talking about a Superman episode that is very cartoony. A very cartoony Superman episode, that's for damn sure. So make sure you guys hit that like, thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Do all that. And if I don't see you guys on the members only stream or DC Fanimated, I'll see you guys Friday for the vodka stream. All right, guys. Love ya. Talk to you later.